This is the part third of the lecture, and as well we have read about the earlier chapters and also in the earlier lectures you heard about that, and you also understood the theory which I was explaining you was that how the heritage of India developed. As we go more further, the development of India was not only the one single part, okay? It was depending on the many and basic several parts in the contemporary development, the initial development, and the primitive development also, and the development which I am living right now, as well you are also living right now with our 21st century people. So we can say that the heritage of India, customs, civilization, culture, everything developed with the basic steps here. In that we read how in the starting India contributed towards the development with the mythology, saints and sages, philosophers, artisans, and many more things here. So dear students, now the today's topic which I'm gonna read and I'm gonna tell you about the clearing concept is the cultural heritage of India. Actually we read this topic yesterday in this previous lecture, part 2, but this is the part 3. I'll recap this lecture about this topic and then we'll be moving to the basic today's primitive topic, that is the heritage of Gujarat, inscriptions of Ashoka. Let's carry on then further here. What is the basic thing which we need to understand? General thing. The general thing of India is that the culture of India was developed into 3 basic primitive things, as I said you earlier also before some second of the minute. That was, India started developing on the bank of rivers, that is Indus Valley civilization. Apart from that, if you go more further, India started developing with the people making some janpads, Mahajanpads. Moreover than that, India started worshipping in the mythology also. And the basic thing is that what we need to understand, that these basic primitive things about mythology, it may be farm, it may be irrigation, it may be of the technical development, Mohenjo-daro, Harappan civilization, Lothal, Dholavira, many more things. This everything, every investment in the development, inventions in the development towards the success of India leaded only one thing, that is the cultural development of India. What about the heritage? We also read about the heritage in the previous lecture, the cultural heritage of India. We read about the culture. Now what is the heritage here? See, basically we can understand the gift of the nature which is bestowed somehow in the form of good blessings to the Indian people, to the Indian zone, is actually the basic concept of the heritage development. Today in India we are having more than 35. I'll write here and you can focus on this board. Today in India we have more than 35 UNESCO approved heritage center. Yes, my dear kids. Now what is UNESCO approved heritage center? Heritage center means that it is somehow calculated or counted in the all heritage of the world. Therefore UNESCO is an approved branch which is making its assurity that these kinds of mountain, valley, plateau, landform, forest, desert, any kind of thing or any monument only, ancient monument, can be accepted or it can be rejected for the worldwide collection. So that is the Indian heritage, that is the cultural heritage which is approved by UNESCO. You can Google it out. More than 30 or around 35 total we are having some of the heritage compared to the UNESCO on the world level. Moving to the further here, today's topic is all about the cultural heritage of India, heritage of Gujarat also. Yesterday we read about that how god and goddesses, okay, god, goddesses and their idol worshipping was going on in Bharat, in India. Now also it is going on, but in that same condition, if you go through that, Save Animal project was also going from the ancient time, because as I read the book, you also saw the book here, what was somehow suggested to us in the form of mythology, culture, development, belief, trust and hope. What was that? That was a simple thing around that it consisted that god and goddesses are also having their vehicle like you and I, okay? We all are having our vehicles. God and goddesses are also having their vehicles. Now what is the vehicle need of? Actually the vehicle will be needing of to travel from one place to another. This is all the tactic stories coming in the mythology, Panchtantras, Jatakas, tales and all. But apart from that, what was the concept behind that? I'll clear you out here. See, if you see your lovable people vehicle, you don't hit the stone, you don't throw the stone. So what you do? You do nothing. Neither you protect, okay, nor you disturb. Same condition, if you love any god, if you have faith upon any god, any goddess, any mythological spiritual person, Obviously, if we say that tiger is god is any goddess vehicle, Garuda is any god vehicle, the rat is vehicle, then we are not going to kill these kinds of animals, and we are having faith upon that kind of animal also, as we have faith upon our own vehicle. We trust them and we don't hurt them. Okay, so therefore actually this was a hidden theory behind the practical theory about the mythology, that god and goddesses are having their vehicle. According to me, in this case you are not going to kill any animal. Therefore the first basic thing is approved here: save nature due to some kinds of fear or some kinds of love towards your god. So moving further, the today's lecture is all about how the Gujarati culture developed here. See, culture heritage of India, moving to the heritage of Gujarat, landscape to the inscription of Ashoka. Now I'll read some of the topic here, that how it is developing or how it has developed. Yesterday I also read about the culture of Gujarat, which was more than 5,000, India, which was more than 5,000 year old civilization, in which beardman culture was there. Now what is beardman culture? In that culture we can understand easily, there were contemporary, there were different development. Whether it was the development of pride, it was the development of Gautam Buddha statue, whether it was the development of bullock carts, inscriptions of Mauryan art, Ashoka's period, okay, or the lion and tiger. Also you might have seen that there are 4 basic lion, 3 in the front, 1 in the back of the Ashoka pillar. Now what that lion is actually supporting toward nation, that lion is actually somehow compared to the 4 part of the protector of our 4 directions of the Indian zones. That's why we can say that Ashoka is having 4, Ashok chakra is having 4 lions, the Ashok pillar. Okay, and what about the chakra? The chakra is always describing 24 scopes, that is the 8 prahar of the day. It means that you are belonging to X caste, Y caste or Z. The basic thing is that when the country is needing your support, you must go there. That is your dharma, and that's why it was also known as the dharma chakra. Okay, and further we can also know that thing as a Ashok chakra. So these are the basic thing which I am telling you in my basic lecture. Moving to the basic example here. So India has gifted the world diversified and rich heritage. Cultural heritage is a man-made thing, as we know that, and whatever it is received somehow or created by the human, or it lacks wisdom, art and skill, can be said as the development of cultural as well as the natural development also, heritage development also. So therefore, as I said you about the medieval periods of Gautam Buddha and many more things here. Now the stoop construction should be there explained by my side. What is a stoop, what is kept inside that, and how we can understand that, how in this kinds of theory we are relating our thoughts, mythology, development towards the stupas and all. Okay, so now you need to go more further with the pages, and I'll tell you the page number 3. You can see that cultural heritage of Gujarat. Now a figure can be seen there. Okay, a figure, like a figure is seen here. In this box you can find out how in your textbook the stoop was made, or the inscriptions of Ashoka was made. Now why I'm telling about the stoop. See, I'll teach you and I'll explain you also that what is the stupas. Stupas means basically where the Buddha's hair, bone, teeth, skin was kept out in the form of a tomb. Okay, so that was the stoop. Inscription is quite different, though it looks like stoop, but stupas we can say that, but the inscription can be somehow written on that in the literature form of that medieval or that kind of period here. So this is not a stoop but an inscripted stone here. Let's see it out here. So the place having cultural legendary, okay, archaeological importance: Lothal, Dholavira Taluka, Rangpur and Limdi Taluka in the Surendranagar district, Dholavira, Kutch, if you go more further, Rosari, and then Srinathgarh, or are the victory tower of the Vadnagar, and stone inscription of King Ashoka at the Junagadh can be also seen here. If you have worshipped your god and goddesses going in the Junagadh, you might have also visited the tourist place, the tourism places which somehow are giving the example, the solid basic evidence of the period of Ashoka. So in that case we can say that it is in the Junagadh right now. Many more are there. Junagadh is the first and right now we are actually reading about the Gujarat. We are just learning about the Gujarat. So we need to focus all the basic Ashoka's heritage, Ashoka's inscription of the Gujarat. Now what is happening here? Junagadh, then we move to the Sun Temple of Modera. Of course, if you have visited Modera, if you have visited Mehsana, you might have seen the Sun Temple. देखा तो होगा आपने, है ना? कभी अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ आप गए होंगे बेसिकली और सन टेम्पल ना देखा वैसा बना नहीं होगा। नाउ इसको सन टेम्पल बोलते क्यों है? बुक में इसका कोई भी इंस्क्रिप्शन नहीं किया हुआ है, बट आई विल टेल यू व्हाई इट इज सेड एज सन टेम्पल। सी द फर्स्ट फॉलिंग रेज ऑफ द मॉर्निंग इज फॉलिंग डायरेक्टली ओवर द स्टैच्यू यू कैन कंपेयर एज द गॉड सन, एंड देयर इज अ gemstone on his forehead, the crown. That gemstone is reflecting the rays of light in the whole of the temple, where more than 108 small idols are there near that kund. That is how it is can be said as sun temple. वैसे one sun temple is also there in the Konark, in the Orissa. So getting further here, the Modhera and the gate of Champaner also. Champaner तो आप गए होंगे, basically there is an entry gate. We enter from there and we move towards the place where we can find a good and huge variety of the heritage. The cool air is there. Okay, you don't need any air condition. You don't need any water supply also there. Why? Because you carry the bottle actually. Water supply we get, but we talk about the air condition. We don't need any air condition because the atmosphere itself is air conditioned. The fresh oxygen can be seen there in the Pavagadh Hill zone. So that is a Champaner gate. And moving to more further here, Rudra Mahal of the Siddhpur, laterally Mansar Lake of Viramgam, that is Saurashtra, okay, and somehow Jama Masjid we can find in the Ahmedabad. Now Jama Masjid in Ahmedabad is specially known for its sandstone. Sandstone which was somehow, which is not was, which is used nowadays also, but it was highly used in the ancient time. What was the use of sandstone? They don't corrode or like iron. It's a simple thing here, but they don't fall also like the other buildings. Like nowadays we are making the buildings and within 20-30 years they are about to fall. There is a mark on the wall, there is like a cracks and all. It is not having any kind of crack. Therefore our Indiana zone or Indian part of heritage, culture, civilization, development, monuments, whatever the buildings were made in the ancient time were used to made by the sandstone. Even most of the forts are made by the sandstone. So this Jama Masjid of Ahmedabad is also made by the sandstone, which is very very good enough. And in the temperature degree of 40 degree also, you can easily get a cold temperature under your leg beneath. Why? Because the marble which is studded out on the floor of that whole compound of Jama Masjid is keeping that floor very very cool down even in the summer season. So this is general example of the Jama Masjid of Ahmedabad. And if you go more further, Jhulta Minaras are also there. Shaking tower. Jhulta Minaras means what? You know, वो थोड़ा vibration आएगा वहाँ से. It's not like कि वो पूरा हवा में झूल रहा है, but vibration तो आएगा और आपको vibration देखने मिलेगा. तो ये भी एक बात होती है अपने आप में. And then shaking tower, then Siddhi Sedni Jari, that is grill, temple of Hathisi, okay, Sahasralinga lake of Patan, Sahasralinga, Shiv, related to Shiv in the Patan, okay, you can find that also. Raj Mahal of Vadodara. Vadodara आप लोग गए होंगे कभी, है ना? बेसिकली ना वडोदरा में देखा क्या होगा? In the Vadodara you might have seen Sursagar, okay, lake you can see, and you can see the market there, good market is there. But उसके भी आगे चल के अगर देखा जाए तो क्या हो सकता है वहाँ पे? तो there is the Vadodara's Raj Mahal also. Raj Mahal road is there और वहाँ पे आसपास पुरानी buildings मिलेंगे आपको. Plus tomb of Mohabbat Khan also you can find out there. Parsi Agyari of the Navsari are worth seeing places somehow of Navsari. Vadodara, Raj Mahal, Navsari, Parsi Agyaris and many more things can be seen there. अगर आप महाराष्ट्र जा रहे हैं by train, obviously Navsari cross करते हैं हम, सूरत, Navsari and all, and in that case you can find that कि वहाँ भी बहुत अच्छे से heritage है. देखो my dear kids, एक बात हमें simple से समझना है. If you think to visit the best place of the world, start from your home. Start from this thing, okay, start from these all things, because our Indian people are somehow having a fantasy, okay, they're having a fantasy to go and visit the world. Oh my God, first of all you go and visit your own house, your own India, because India itself is consisting marvelous structure of the idols, mesmerizing structures of the monuments that you can clear it out, exploration you can do there. So getting further, द्वारका टेम्पल भी बहुत अच्छा है. अगर आप सोमनाथ गए होंगे तो इसका तो नाम सुना होगा ऑब्वियसली. दैट हाउ द द्वारका टेम्पल इज रिलेटेड विद द माइथोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द यादव कुड, दैट इज द श्री कृष्ण. और सिर्फ यादव कुड ही नहीं, एवरीबडी इज गोइंग टू विजिट दैट काइंड ऑफ प्लेस. एवरीबडी, इवन आई ऑल्सो ट्राई टू गो समटाइम व्हेनेवर आई एम फ्री टू विजिट दैट द्वारका, एंड दैट इज ऑन द बैंक ऑफ not the bank, but we can say on the seashore. So it is a very best example of that Gujarat. We are talking about the Gujarat, and we are talking about the Gujarat cultural heritage here, the topic number first here. Now if we go more detail in the Gujarat, some other monuments are also there, but they are not compared as beautiful as these UNESCO approved monuments, places, towers, mosque, temple, and many more things here. So the main thing is that we can also visit the Sharda Pit, Sharda Pit of the Jadgurus. Then we can go for the Sukranchaya, that is Sankaracharya's also temples, and you can go more further to the Somnath temple, as we know that. Laterly we can, after going to the Somnath temple, we can also go to more visit about the 12 Jyotirlingas, 12 Jyotirlings here, यानी कि पूरे भारत की हम बात करें somehow. और आगे हम देखें तो अंबाजी is also there with the northern Gujarat, Banaskantha district, Bahujaraji temple is there at the Rajasthan area. Means it is not the starting of the Rajasthan, but is at the border of Gujarat and Rajasthan. So that is like starting of Rajasthan only. Mehsana district, then Ranchhodrai temple at the Dakur Kheda district, Samlaji in the Aravalli, and this is the very best example which I am actually teaching you, because right now I am thinking that I am visiting that places by the words. Let's take the general Gyan. Now what does the general Gyan says that? General Gyan says that the name which we got in this text, Aravalli, एक छोटा सा ज्ञान दूंगा मैं इसके लिए आपको. This is not in the textbook, तो एक extra ज्ञान लेते हैं. Aravalli mountain ranges are more, and we can say most oldest mountain. This is the oldest mountain of the world. इससे पुराना mountain आपको नहीं मिलेगा. Not even the Himalayas also. So therefore we can say that the stones which you can find there is the fold mountain stone. Easily bata do main, this is the fold mountain stone. Fold mountain stone means what? You know, it is not having a peak like structure, conical structure like Himalayas, but it is having a fold mountain, then mountain and mountain. Everywhere you can say the ranges of the mountain can be seen there. So this is all the theory about Gujarat. Moving further, we all know the social and generally the tourism of oriented Gujarat, and in the places of Gujarat, Polo forest is also not away from that. Now where is Polo forest? Have you seen the Polo forest? I'll write here, that is the Polo forest. Now recently I talked about the heritage of Gujarat, and I went to the extra Gyan of Aravalli range. That same thing is connected here. If you go to the Polo forest, means you are actually entering in the area of Himmatnagar and Idar, straight away from the Panchmahal, Modasa, and many more small towns and districts here. But the Polo forest is one of the places where you can find evergreen atmosphere with the water covering area. So that is the basic thing here. Now if we go more towards the Polo forest, we can also find some of the religious aspect here. Temples we can find, okay, and therefore we all know that India and Gujarat somehow is leading. All the states are leading actually, but if I talk about the basic thing, that Gujarat is leading on a very good scale of the tourism development also here. So as we know, the Gujarat is having Polo forest, Vijayanagar, that is Sabarkantha in the district here. Kite festival of Gujarat, आप देखना जरूर kite festival होता क्या है, and in that case I have also made a video about the kite festival. तो आप देखिए जाके कि how the kite festival is done. और जिन लोगों को लगता है kite festival खाली कच्छ में होता है, आपकी गलती है. You can understand that kite festival is not only going to be held, or which is not only taken regularly on the time of at the time of Uttarayan only in the Kutch. No, my dear kids, you can understand easily. Kite festival is organized in the Ahmedabad also, that is the IKF, International Kite Festival. तो थोड़ा सा ज्ञान को बढ़ा लेंगे हम यहाँ पे. So kite festival also थे जहाँ पे हम एक दूसरे की पतंग काटने के लिए लग जाते हैं, और शायद गला वाला भी कट जाता है. तो be safe about the kite festival, अपने आप को संभाल के कीजिए. And therefore heritage भी हमें आगे ले जाना है, तो we can also go through with the kite festival. We can go through with the Sabarkantha, also some of the monument and tourism places as well. Kakaria Carnival also. Recently it has happened, Kakaria Carnival. Now what is the Kakaria Carnival? Carnival means the mixture of all the color of the festival. Flower festival, okay, dressing festival, custom festival, and we can say that custom means I'm actually moving towards the costumery development. Costumes, folk costumes of Gujarat, material, ethic systematic thing of Gujarat, everything you can see in that here. And if you're having plenty of money, you can go and buy also in that kind of festival. So this is the example we can say that after getting this kinds of customary development of Kakare Carnival, Ahmedabad, Tanariri festival is also there, Vadanagar, northern, that is eastern part of the northern dance of the Gujarat, festival of Modhera also, as well as Ranotsav in Kutch. Dekho, kite festival is in all the part of Gujarat, but what about the Kutch? Kutch is also having the kite festival, but Ranotsav is quite different. Now what is Ranotsav? Ran plus Utsav. Okay, Ran means the barren land, Utsav means the festival. More than 3,000, you go and get the information on the Google, more than 3,000 tents are somehow made. More than 3,000 tents are made for the tourist people. Among them, 10 to 15 tents are bulletproof. Why? Now why I'm giving you this example? I'm giving you this example from the basic exploring knowledge from the Google, which I got it actually. Now why we need bulletproof tent in the Kutch Ranotsav? Because some of the national people are also coming. They're not like national people, but the people who are actually helping us to improve the democracy. Yani ki we are making them for the chief guest. If our prime minister, respected prime minister is going to visit, we need to keep him in a bulletproof tent. So these kinds of varieties can be seen here. And one more thing here, this Ranotsav is not for 1, 2 or 3 days. This is going months and months long, which is also informing us, or which is also telling us a creativity, or we can say a gratitude of Gujarat, that how nicely the Gujarat is dealing still with the cultural fest. And the cultural fest is furthermore taking high level to the mentality of the people who are visiting the Gujarat, who are visiting the Indian zone, and they are thinking that we need to go in the Gujarat. और आपने सुना होगा बेसिकली वन ऑफ द एम्बेसडर ऑफ गुजरात इज देयर, जो टूरिज्म को प्रमोट करते हैं, वो बोलते हैं कुछ दिन तो गुजारो गुजरात में. ये टैगलाइन है गुजरात की, जहाँ पे हम गर्वे गुजरात, और अभी देखा जाए तो वाइब्रेंट, और बहुत सारे गुजरात के अलग अलग स्कीम्स लॉन्च करते जाते हैं. फिलहाल तो स्वच्छ अभियान चल रहा है, सो वी नीड टू गो टू द स्वच्छ अभियान ऑल्सो. सो दिस इज द बेसिक कंटेम्प्रेरी डेवलपमेंट, एंड नाउ द कंटेम्प्रेरी डेवलपमेंट हैज़ बीन गोइंग ऑन अ मेजर स्केल डेवलपमेंट related to the Gujarat. This all the lecture was about the Gujarat only, and therefore I have cleared the basic topic of the Gujarat. अगर हम फेयर एंड फेस्टिवल की बात करें, कैसे होते हैं फेयर एंड फेस्टिवल ऑफ गुजरात? गरबा तो देखा होगा आपने, है ना, बेसिकली डांडिया ऑल्सो. नाउ whenever we are thinking that okay, यार how is it डांडिया can be played, we need to come to the Gujarat, and in that case we can say that in the area of Gujarat, not only Hindus, not only Muslims, almost everybody is somehow giving their all the aspect and all the support to Gujarati folk here. And in that case we can say the culture of Gujarat is improving, it is grooming out, and when it is grooming out, we can easily understand that the Gujarat is grooming, tourism is grooming, economical system is grooming, and whole of the scenario is grooming here. So therefore we can say that the festival, tourism places and many more things can be seen in the Gujarat. वैसे variety of the culture and Gujarat festival की अगर हम बात करें तो एक चार्ट आपको दिख रहा होगा स्क्रीन पे, there is a chart here, और ये चार्ट में है क्या, मैं थोड़ा सा रीड कर दूंगा यहाँ पे. सबसे पहला जो आपको दिख रहा है that is Modhera. Okay, you can see that Modhera is there. Modhera fair. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है बेसिकली, Modhera is in मेहसाणा, और फेयर क्या है, टाइम क्या होता है इसका 3rd of the January वीक में. तो यहाँ पे एक फेयर होता है, बहुचराजी फेयर आता है यहाँ पे, यानी कि बहुचराजी मेहसाणा फेयर इज देयर. नाउ इसमें होता क्या है बेसिकली, सी इसमें होता है दैट चैत्र सुद पूनम पे ये फेयर होता है, एंड इन दिस केस वी कैन से दैट कि इट इज गोइंग वेरी वेल. लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं, विजिट करते हैं और एंजॉय लेते हैं, है ना. सो वैसे ही अगर हम आगे फेयर्स की बात करें तो शामळाजी ठुकराजी फेयर भी होता है यहाँ पे, दैट इज शामळाजी अर्रावली, एंड ऑल्सो कार्तिक सुद 11वें दिन में होता है बेसिकली टू द पूनम, और भरवाड़ी पूनम फेयर भी होता है यहाँ पे. देन अंबाजी बनासकांठा में, एंड भावनाथ महादेव मंदिर भी है यहाँ पे. देन टर्नेटर फेयर जो बहुत ही अच्छा होता है, 8th स्टैंडर्ड में आपने पढ़ा होगा ना, यू माइट हैव रेड अबाउट द इन द 8th सिलेबस व्हाट इज द टर्नेटर फेयर. इन दैट फेयर जनरली द गर्ल्स आर गोइंग टू सीक द बॉयज, एंड द बॉयज आर गोइंग टू गेट देयर लाइफ पार्टनर, एंड द बैचलर बॉयज दे आर हैविंग एन अम्ब्रेला. मेरे पास अम्ब्रेला नहीं है, बट किसी लेक्चर में मैं आपको बताऊंगा. दे आर हैविंग एन अम्ब्रेला जिसके ऊपर बड़ा सा पिकॉक होता है. इन द क्लास 8 you might have studied about the तरनेत्र फेयर. वैसे तरनेत्र फेयर को हिंदी में त्रिनेत्र फेयर भी बोलते हैं. त्रिनेत्र यानी कि रिलेटेड टू लॉर्ड शिव, जिनकी तीसरी आंख भी होती है, बट इंग्लिश में वी कॉल इट लाइक टर्नेटर फेयर, द फेयर ऑफ टर्नेटर. एंड वैसे ही द भाडियास फेयर इज देयर, एंड द नकलंग फेयर इज देयर, और ऐसे बहुत सारे फेयर आते हैं गुजरात में जिनके बारे में हमें इन्फॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए. एंड वी ऑल्सो नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इन फेयर का काम क्या होता है. बेसिकली इन फेयर को समहाउ why they have been developed or why they have been carried out in the Gujarati system, है ना. So there is a basic thing here. और आगे हम पढ़े तो 11th नंबर में वौतू फेयर इज देयर, द 9th में अगर देखा जाए तो माधोपुर फेयर इज देयर, 10th में वौतू फेयर, 11th में मीदातर फेयर एंड डांग्स फेयर, डांग दरबार दैट इज सापुतारा, इनके फेयर होते हैं. और ऐसे बहुत सारे दिए गए हैं ना, बहुत सारे फेयर्स दिए गए, आप वहाँ पे चार्ट में देख सकते हो. यू कैन ईजिली अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई मान लीजिए मीदातर फेयर है बेसिकली, है ना. नो मीदातर फेयर है तो मीदातर फेयर है दैट इज रजब मंथ और 6 to 12 ऑफ द वीक हियर. तो ये 16 to 12 ऑफ द वीक हियर. तो ये सारे चीज़ों को लेकर अगर देखा जाए तो कल्चर ऑफ गुजरात इज नॉट ओनली सिंपल कल्चर, इट इज़ अ मेस्मराइजिंग कल्चर, मंत्रमुग्ध कर दे. और सिर्फ इतना नहीं, इसको सीखने, इसको देखने, ऑब्जर्व करने, एंजॉय करने काफ़ी लोग आते हैं. ना मैनी पीपल आर कमिंग हियर इन द ह्यूज अमाउंट फॉर दिस काइंड्स ऑफ फेयर एंड दे ऑल्सो विजिट इंडिया. बट द बेसिक थिंग विच आई वांट गिव यू, माय डियर किड्स, वेन एवर यू विजिट एनी फेयर, फ्रॉम द मीडियम ऑफ दिस वीडियो आई वुड लाइक टू सजेस्ट यू, डोंट pollute any fair by throwing here and there garbage, and don't scratch your name over any monument of India, whether it is of Gujarat, whether it is of India या किसी भी जगह का हो, आउट ऑफ इंडिया भी हो, तो बेकाम नहीं करना है. Because that is not making the respect of our country, that is not making durability of the monuments of our country as well as the other country also. So be safe, and if you are going, click lots of photos, make videos if it is allowed. Prohibition है तो मत कीजिए, but if it is allowed you can go through that, but don't pollute the nature. So further lecture will be taking in the other part of this theory. Till today was the lecture of Heritage of India part 3rd about the culture of Gujarat. Other will be doing in the other part here. Till then you can be keep revising.